All right. Hello, hello, hello. It is Terra Queen Jamila. So I've got a couple of things that I want to discuss. And I think that this really does need to be talked about because I have not been talking about this on purpose. And the reason why is because it is really something that I just want to leave behind. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Um, First of all, if you are over on this channel, okay, if you are somebody that is over on this channel and you felt the need to thumbs down any of my videos, I am telling you to unsubscribe from the channel. Okay. Listen, I'm not going to go back and forth with people that are negative anymore. Okay. So earlier today, I had a lot of trolls on my channel. You cannot control my fertility. You can't do that. There's this one girl on here. She is just ridiculous, man. I hate the day that this woman found witchcraft. Hey, Katavia, hello. I hate the day and I curse the day that this woman discovered witchcraft because she uses it to deal with her problems instead of realizing what is wrong with her. So, we have a lot of self-hating, which leads to what I'm talking about with the self-hating African Americans. I'm doing good. I just wanted to come and speak about this because this is getting ridiculous. Um, you know, How can you tell when an African American person hates themselves? It's when they don't take anything seriously. It's when they are doing stuff that's off the cut. And so when it comes to African American men, they create a lot of pain. And the reason why is because they have literally given themselves over to white supremacy. It means so much to them that they will throw away tangible relationships with good people just to prove a point, just to get at another self hating African American. And that's exactly what I had this man earlier today do to me. Okay. He basically took what I gave him, threw it away, and said, it is more important for me to get back at another self hating African American man than to show you any respect. And so, Black women, this is where we come in, and it is painful. It is. It's very painful because it's all for naught. It's being done in vain. It really is. And it's just not worth it. For example, I know for a fact that the reason why there were people thumbs downing that video that I put up with the ovulation test is Black people or either white people that hate Blacks. You have no place over here. There's a lot of white people let me tell y'all something. There's a lot of white people that hate Black people. And I had a man that just told me he loved me this morning. Literally just told me that he loved me this morning. I had this man do the most despicable things, do the unthinkable, and just because he wanted to prove a point. And I don't even know what to say. It leaves you stunned. It really honestly does. And you know what? It would be different if there was not so much self-hatred that are among Black people. I mean, they literally, if they get the chance, a lot of these Black men, if they get the chance to get at another Black man, they're going to do it. What about your family? What about your family, man? What about the people that you claim you love? It's a dysfunction, and these people encourage it. So listen, I am going to be fertile until the day that I die. If you are a white person over here that has self-hatred, or if you are a Black person over here that has self-hatred, unsubscribe from my channel. I want to see those subscriptions go down too, because the number of subscribers does not matter to me. I don't want you here if you have any kind of hatred for Black people or any kind of hatred for anybody, because that's basically what it is. You know, I'm an empath, and the only thing that I could sense from this man that just told me this morning that he loved me, right? The only thing I could sense from him today was hatred. His own self-hatred. Why is it that Black people can't get it together? And see, they've been done separated the Black woman from the Black man, and not in the way that you think I'm talking about. The way that I'm talking about is the fact that he can't represent me. He will never represent me in any way. And the reason why is because Black men, African American men, a lot of them are so caught up in their own self-hatred. And I just think it's ridiculous. You said your husband loves to see you in pain. See, I think it's something that they're doing, because literally it was almost like his mind had been washed or something. And that's not a powerful witch doing that. This woman is not powerful. The witchcraft is in his blood. She's just taking advantage of the display of stupidity that he constantly, that Black men constantly do. And you create that painful experiences for yourself. There was literally nothing to gain. This man gained nothing. And see, there's another thing, is that a lot of self-hating African Americans, they do things when there is literally no real gain to it. There's no personal gain, none whatsoever. It's just about wallowing in your self-pity and your self-hatred. And when I am faced with that, I have to fight it. I have to cut it down, because you're like a bad root. And you don't make those decisions. Neither these women that y'all try to go and deal with, they don't make those decisions either. They just don't. I have seen so many. What it is that deep down, a lot of these self-hating Black men, they do not want to love themselves. Just the whole display of self-hatred, just the whole display of, I'm going to sit and listen to this woman call me monkey and literally disrespect the black race to the point of no return. And the only thing you can think about is giving her a wrench in your chat room so that she can chat. And she thinks she has the right. I can go wherever I want to go. And it's because they have given these people the right to do that. And it's like, it's almost like, as a black woman, Katavia, don't you feel as though you build up a black man and then they just go and just drain themselves? It's so sad, man, when you see it happen. And that's not the work of a witch. This is something that most African American black men are under. And she thinks it's her. And no, this is a system. This is not you. These people have been systematically programmed to hate themselves. You see what I'm saying? And so this is why I am able to turn on my camera on my other channel and tell other self-hating African Americans how much I hate them. You can't expect me to love you when you hate yourself. And I'm going to tell you something. God knows how many black women have tried to be there for these men, and they just laugh in our faces. It's funny to them when you can see the problem and you're trying to break them out of that. And all it ends is in turmoil and self-hatred. And it's just really sad. There was absolutely nothing that would have been worth that man destroying the relationship between each other. That literally there was nothing that would have been worth that. It's not worth it. It has no value, not to you, not to me, not even to them. So why do they do it? Because they're in the sunken place. And it's not a witch that weighs 500 pounds that can't even lose weight. I've been trying to explain this to this woman, and I don't know how many other spiritualists that are non-African American feel that way, but where is the worth in that? There is none. That is an old system that is being thrown away. And this is why so many black men are enslaved. All of them might as well just be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because what are you doing besides destroying yourself and your own people? What are you doing? You're doing nothing. And you're not supposed to be that. You're supposed to be smarter than that. You're supposed to be better than that. You're supposed to be leaders. And what they do is they lead their beautiful black women into a cave that we don't come from. We didn't crawl out of that cave. And it's so sad. There should have been no reason. And the next time you have a good black woman in your life and she's upset, you need to run to her and make it up to her. You need to apologize before she even requests an apology from you. Do you not understand? And this is the sad part about it, is that we are in the middle of a spiritual war. And these men, especially the African American men and women, they will hold a gun to your head and pull the trigger faster than with anything else. So, black man, when y'all do stuff to hurt us, we not crying because of what you doing individually. We crying and we hurting because it's sad. and we can see exactly what your problem is. It's just a very, very sad situation altogether. We can see you, and you can't even see yourself. You don't even want to see yourself. You don't even really want to look in the mirror. The reflection is painful for you. The fact that you were born black, you have allowed these people to convince you to hate yourself. And you bow down to them. How do you expect a woman to be proud of you when you are doing things like that? How can you even expect somebody to be proud? Like, how do you won't even be proud of yourself? And you know what? Them are the ones that are usually sneaking around trying to find some kind of love and just something. And you got to understand that it's not just about human beings. There are spirits that are going to protect the black woman from all of your dirty deeds. I don't need to do no protection spell. I'm automatically protected. What are you talking about? This is a sinking ship. This is sad, man. It's almost like they purposely want to destroy themselves. All this whole thing with Nipsey Hussle and all of that stuff, man, that's an example of it. How can you, as an African American man, make the woman that loves you cry? How can you do that and live with yourself? How do you do that? For nothing, literally for nothing. It's not worth it. What's the first thing that we say to two black men that's about to kill each other? It ain't worth it. But they just keep doing it. And it's not about some broke, a delusional witch that literally it's all an act for her. This is something that is being done on a much higher level. And you have got to learn how to fight. You can't continue to fall victim and prey to that. I shouldn't have never had to pull out my fangs today, but I did. And the reason why is because there was a big spiritual war weapon pointed towards me. And this man literally grabbed me, pulled me in front of the damn bullet and said, go ahead and let it hit her. I don't care. In this moment, I don't care. How could you do that? And then all you can do is tell a couple of jokes. I would, you know, and you know what? They say that a lot of African American men are not worthy of love. And we keep saying that y'all are. We keep trying to help y'all. And what do y'all do? You degrade us. You play games with slave masters. This man, Catavia, he had a chat room full of white people and Latina people, and he enjoyed playing slave master. That's their game. Why would you want to be involved with that? The only thing that makes you a man is us. You're not a man until we say you're a man. Okay, and that's the truth about the situation. If I thought that what I was doing would hurt somebody that loved me, damn the fact that I don't love them. I wouldn't even care if I didn't love them back. But to have the precious love from me, you're very lucky to have somebody like me down for you. So hanging around with my worst enemy, literally, I mean, I just really, they're not thinking. They're not. They're not. And you know what? You know what we want to do? We want to throw you under the bus. We do. We want to throw you under that bus so bad and just throw you off a cliff. But we just can't do it because we're not like that. Black women are some of the most, they push us to that so that they can go and say how messed up we are. But why would you do that? How could you hurt somebody that loves you? It's because you don't deserve it. You hate yourself. So love and hate don't mix, especially when you over there dealing with and chilling with the enemy. This man literally was trying. First of all, a lot of you black men, a lot of you African American men are going to understand that you can't have peace with them. You can't, because they're going to always bring trouble to you. You said, where were you 2 years before you got married? Right now, a lot of African American men are under mind control. So at any moment, because you don't know that you're under mind control and you can't break that mind control, at any moment, anybody can just come in and take advantage of you. At any moment, they can come and take advantage of you. They can actually come and exploit you at any moment because you're not aware of the mind control that you're under. And those are facts. And I just want to say that you guys are, I'm going to tell y'all what the truth is of the matter. If you don't get it together, you're going to end up 6 feet under. That's where it's headed. It's to death. You can't take the gift that God has given to you and throw it away and think that nothing is going to happen to you. You can't think that. And see, I don't have to come on here and say, I'm going to curse you. I'm going to do that. I just heard somebody doing that tonight. And I hate that. I hate that. I'm going to make sure I quit doing that because that makes you look like a fraud witch. Because and that I am not. We don't have to put no black woman needs to put a hex on you for you to get that work. We do work on ourselves because of the pain that you cause us. But other than that, you're going to get handed that very quickly. You know, they handing out karma very quickly. Karma is very swift for a lot of people. And it usually the karma lands on the back door of these black men. And how do you expect us to continue to forgive you for this? How do you expect us to see past it? And when you see us moving on with somebody else, and I'm just going to tell you the truth that black women, I wouldn't just exclusively date a black man. I wouldn't do that. I would open myself up to other races and other men from other countries as well, if they are respectful. Because a lot of these black men that we're dealing with, they are gone. Their spirit is somewhere else. You don't even know where it's at. Where's their spirit? They dead inside. Literally, I could see this man literally reading a chat room today, and it was almost like he was under mind control. I noticed it earlier with my son. They attack all black men because you gotta attack the men first. What is the strategy of war? The strategy of war is going to be to take down the black man first. And that's how they're able to get to us and do us dirty. And you supposed to be a man. You supposed to be protecting your women. What are you doing? How could you let it get that bad? How could you let it get to this point? And I noticed it today on my oldest son too. He was in a crazy foul move today. They do it to all of us. I can imagine that a bunch of black men was just acting a fool today. For some reason, they had a hold on them today. I don't know what it was. And so when you try to explain it, and wait a minute, brother, you can break this mind control. What are you doing? What is you doing? It's been told to them over and over again, but they don't want to listen. They don't. It's so bad to where a black woman, she literally has to do spiritual work on her man every day. Every single day. It makes no sense to me. And I'm just letting y'all know that when you're dealing with this spiritual stuff, if you are worthless to the black woman, they'll just take you out. And that's exactly what they want to happen. And so you've decided, I hate myself. I'm black. I'm ugly. I hate being black. Even though you have a beautiful black woman that is telling you how attractive you are, you still have to go and get validation from somebody that doesn't feel that way about you. None of them think that you are attractive. None of them. They lie to you. They're not into you. They're not into you. They're not. The only person that is going to truly find you attractive is going to be your other half, which is somebody. This is why, and see, you know what? It's very dangerous. It is. It's very, very dangerous. And see, my spirits want to, and my spirits is, let me tell you what they saying. First of all, to the witch that claimed that she can use somebody's nietos or nietos, I can't say it because I'm not Latina. You can't use black deities against black people. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I heard her today. I'm going to use your spirits against you. No, you can't. You can't use black deities against us. You can't do that. The only reason why you don't suffer is because you have no consciousness. You have no emotion. The only reason why you're even able to harm black people is because we have feelings. A lot of these people have no consciousness. They're very unconscious. And it's just really a very sad situation. The next time you wake up, I want y'all to do it better in the morning. The next time you wake up in the morning and you decide the next time you decide to do that and you fall under that mind control, you need to start fighting it, because we can't run your mind for you. That's not the way this works. You're supposed to be strong in your mind. You're supposed to be strong. Why is it that black women every single day, we overcome that mind control every single day, but you can't? You can't do it because you consistently continue to validate these people that don't validate you at all. They never will. They'll never validate you ever. Not any of them. You can't trust any of them. These are agents. They're all agents. Do you not understand that? And you know what? I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. I will never, ever, ever deal with a sick African-American black man like this, because when they are like that, it takes up so much of your energy. So much energy going in to something that doesn't even benefit you one bit. It doesn't. Because if it was any benefit, it would show. It would show in your face. I think it's the saddest thing that I've ever seen. I really do. And you know what? I have never ever met so many screwed up African American black men until I came to Georgia. There's a lot of them in Georgia, and you know they hit us. They do a lot of stuff over here to the black men in Georgia. Most of the black men in Georgia, at any moment, you can be locked up at any moment as a black man because they just can control what you do. They'll make you go and commit crimes. And they don't see it. So over here, it's really bad. It's really bad. The African American men over here are not as advanced as the men from the Midwest. They're just not a lot of them. They're not. And what I'm saying is by advancing your thinking is to stop falling underneath their mind control. You were under mind control today. I told my son the same thing. You're under mind control. And black women, y'all need to start saying it to them. Whoa, wait a minute. You under mind control. What's wrong with you? What you thinking about? What's on your mind? Because at any moment, they can make them turn on us and kill us if you're not strong enough. If you are not strong enough, and I'm going to tell you something, it's an all-out war at this point. And you got to be stronger than that. But see, that's what these African American men are stuck on. The straight hair, the this and the that. And it's almost like they can't come out of it, and it's like a temporary thing. And you know, when they come to their senses, they done killed everybody in the household. It's just ridiculous. Y'all got to get it together. Y'all got to quit falling under this mind control. Y'all allow African American men allow the system and the establishment to basically dictate their daily life. You are allowing these people to control you every single day, unless you under my control. Because see, I have that power. They use a whole system. But why in the hell, as a grown woman, would I have to use all of my energy controlling a grown man? Why would somebody do that? That's the reason why a lot of black women can't manifest. It's because all of their energy is going into trying to control this man. You should be able to control yourself. You should be controlled by love and dignity and self-respect. How can you throw away your self-respect on a daily basis and be okay with it? How can answer that question for me? I want black men, I want African American men to answer that question. The fact that you are willing to throw away all of your self-respect. Ask yourself why. And you can't think of one reason why you would be trying to make a baby with somebody, literally will try to make a baby with somebody and then act like a jerk, a full-fledged jerk. Why would you do that? And y'all usually give a knee-jerk reaction every time. You don't stop to think about it. You don't actually consider the energy and the messages and the encoding that you are putting into yourself. When you hurt me as an African-American woman, you hurt yourself. You hurt everybody. Every Black person is in pain right now. So why, as a man, can't you stand up? Stand up and be a man. You supposed to be leading and guiding the community. Instead, you so busy trying to play a teenage game online that you can't even take your own relationships and your own life seriously. And it just makes no sense. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. One way they're controlling Black men is through these video games. That's one way that they control y'all, is through video games. I've noticed that men are totally under control from video games. That's one of the ways that they do it. That's one of the ways. Okay, another way that they do it is through the TV. Just because this person is saying something to you doesn't mean it's the truth. Hold on. That's how they control you. Through video games, through the media, through social media. You really honestly, like, and I'm gonna tell you something. And I right now I have several African-American men that are totally in love with me. Think I'm the most beautiful thing they ever seen in their life, but they can't say it. They can't say it. They cannot say it. If they say it, they have to come back and punish you. As a Black woman, if your man say you're beautiful, they can't even get it out of their mouth because they scared. They scared to say it, even though they feel that way, even though they can't stop looking at you. They set up hidden cameras in your house just so that they can see what you're doing. I totally understand that they're searching for father figures, but if you pass the age of 30 and 40, it's time for you to let that go. And see, a lot of them are not connected to real spirit. They're Christians. They are indoctrinated under that very harmful religion, and that's really what it is. That's why they're always bringing up Jesus, and it has nothing to do with you. None of that religion has anything to do with you, but they want to be a part of it, even though what we're doing over here, is it not powerful? Is it not powerful? It is. You're right. They weren't taught how to cope. You're right. Given the proper spiritual training that they needed to be given. And you got to sit down and you got to talk to your boys and you got to say, listen, they are placing all of you under mind control. They are doing that to you. Do you not understand that? So what you're feeling and thinking is not even your true feelings or thoughts. It's not. When you want to go out there and bust out somebody's windows or steal from somebody, that's a trap. I told y'all that I want to move to a town where there is no police, because where there are police stations, there's going to be crime. Because in order for them to benefit, you have to commit those crimes. And what they are doing, they are magicians too. They do spiritual work so that you will go out and do stupid stuff to get locked up, because in the Constitution, when you have committed a crime, you are indeed a slave. So they cheating. That's the reason why Spirit let Juzzy off the hook. They cheating. Them people are cheating, man. Listen, when you see that happen, and it ain't that you blaming somebody else for your behavior. They are under mind control. They use drugs. They use video games. And if you notice, it is happening to a lot of Black men. A lot of them. They're frustrated. They're mad. They're angry. Where do you think that is coming from? You right, Vanessa. You right, Vanessa. Juzzy did that work. That's what I was saying. A lot of people think that it had something to do with Obama, but Obama know how to do that work too. I wish he was still president. You want to know why a lot of these Black men go off and they do crazy stuff? Is because they're under mind control. They love to lock you up. Over here in Georgia, they'll take your whole life. And that judicial system is not fair. This is the reason why I do the work that I do. The work that I do is very important. And when I see a brother that is going through something, I'm going to have a deeper understanding of what he's going through. You see what I'm saying? It's bad. It's bad out here. They want you locked up. How dare you show love for a Black woman publicly? How dare you? You know, even though they know how he feels, you know how he feels, and it frustrates you as a Black woman. That's why I went off on him, called him weak, because it frustrates me that these African American men cannot show their love for us. If they show love for us publicly, I've noticed they got to show love for 5 other white women. Why? 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 And they claim that the reason why they fell victim to slavery is because they had guns pointed to their head. They don't have a gun pointed to your head. They are using mind control on you. They're doing witchcraft on you. Why would you go and commingle with the same person that is adding to that? She's just an ad. She just adds to it. How many times do I have to say that and explain that before y'all get it? These people don't care about you. And you know what? I had one of them that's, he's familiar with my ex-bestie, who is a white woman. And he was like, no, those people don't care about you. And I wanted to say to him, they don't care about you either. What are you talking about? What do you think Michael Jackson meant when he said, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us? And the ones that are cool with us, okay, they cool. We ain't got no problem with them. I have white clients that date Black men. I have no problem with them as long as they're being respectful. And it's just a very sad situation. It is. And it's got to change. It's going to change. Okay. And see, that's one of the reasons why they didn't want me to gather up my coven, because they know that we'd be doing some stuff. So they've been doing everything that they can to stop that, because they want to, big up all white women and all white men. And it's unfair. What are you doing? Why would you do that? And I'm not going to let it ride. Trust and believe. I don't have to put no curse on nobody. And that it ain't no curse, honey. It's undoing the obvious. Okay. Mm-hmm. And they really need to stop being afraid, because for some reason that energy hits black men first. It's meant to. It hits them first. What's up, Kevin Leroy? It hits them first. That little laser beam that they're using, it hits them first. And then they put that negative energy in us. And see, today, one of them came over here. He put something, I don't know what it was. I had to call him earlier. I was like, what is this? And the only, you know what I did? I called him and I told him that I loved him. That's what I did. That's what you have to do, because that demon was attacking me. And all of you black women that are trailing behind these people carrying out this system of racism and white supremacy and spiritual abuse, you gonna get dealt with, sis. You gonna get dealt with. Also, another thing, I want to tell y'all something. Some of these black people ain't black at all. And I think Angel exposed that they can put on a black suit and turn on their camera. They can. They can put on a black suit, turn on their camera, and pretend to be black. Just spirit knows who you are by your DNA. So I'm letting every black man know that you don't need to be scared of this Tina person. She can't use black deities against you. If anything, the only way that she's able to do that is because you stupid. So those black deities will keep gnawing at you. They're going to keep gnawing at you and gnawing at your consciousness over and over again. That's not her doing that. Those are the spirits. She's bringing attention to them, and then they are responding. And if you ain't right, that's how you going to get messed up. No African-American person or black person or melanated person has any reason to be afraid of this stuff. And she'll come on there and say, I'm going to curse you, and I'm going to use your nietos against you. No, you're not. You're not going to do that. I'd like to see you try. So she's bragging about it. And I'm literally probably the only one. I'm the only black woman on here that's taking this man woman on, because it's really a man. I'm the only one that has stood up to her. Everybody else is afraid of her. For what? Y'all know that? Do y'all know that I can break that girl all the way down? I had this chick on the phone crying, and I did not record the conversation. What I got to lie for? She was so upset. She was crying. She said, you punking me. You punk. And she was literally crying on the phone. This is a big old cream puff, scared. So why would you be scared of a cream puff? Why would you be scared of that? There's no power within that. Exactly, Vanessa. Exactly. She said, how you going to win when you ain't right within? Exactly. And so black deities, you know what? I can invoke the 7 African powers at any time that I want to. And a lot of people don't, I can invoke all of those deities, the same ones that they run to and claim that they can use them against us. They can't. They come straight over here to me. Even Jesus comes and knocks on my door. What are you talking about? There is no power in that, not even for white people. A white person that is into that white supremacy, they are down and out. They are down and out. Most of them are down and out. Most of the smart ones, they said, we don't want this no more, because the spirits began to attack them. Why do you think they look like that? Why do you think that they start looking bad and stuff? You can tell. You can't do that to our people. So, and the war is on. And I'm not fighting this war by myself, because for some reason they think that I'm by myself in this. I got a whole trillion-man army behind me. What are you talking about? What do you mean? That's a fantasy that y'all had. We overturned all of that. So stop it. And this woman right here, I swear to the goddess, they done already tried to take her out with that fire. She been angry ever since because she know ain't none of them deities working for her. They're not. And so if she was to invoke, let's say Oshun or Ogun, and she invoked them on a dumbass, they gonna come to you and they gonna get with you, but they gonna mess you up because you ain't right. But if you a black person that's right and you doing what you supposed to do, what fear would you need to have? None. They not gonna mess with you. They gonna pass you by. Our spirits, listen, if you ain't living right and if you ain't in your right mind, our spirits, your own ancestors, your own black deities will lock you up. I know for years my spirits, they kept telling me over and over again, because I was best friends with this white woman, and come to find out she was down with the get down. You do realize that Christianity is witchcraft, and there's a grand wizard of the KKK that runs all of that. Why don't you understand that there is a KKK in every freaking state? So they are doing spiritual work on us. And you've got to accept that. And you can't continue to fall into their trap. You can't do it. Because listen, I don't have to curse you. Spirit gonna get you. So what do? You just gonna give up and say, I'm just gonna give up on that situation. And this is consistently what we have seen black people do, in particular black men. And I think that I was looking at a video about reparations, and a lot of white people was in the audience. They was in the comment section. They was like, well, what about the thousands of white people that died trying to free the slaves? But let me tell you something. They did it in another way. They used something else. Instead of applying the physical stuff, they began to use the mind. They upgraded. So that's how they control you. And they can control how you feel at any moment. Okay? So, and it's just the reality of it. So, and y'all know what it is over here. Okay, 95% of my clients are black. Facts. 95% of them are black. What does that tell you? So it was really and totally a wrong thing for me to do earlier, was to go off on this person, because that was not the way that I should have handled it. But I had some anger that I needed to get out. But in reality, what black women need to do is we need to band together and stop going at each other. You see what I'm saying? That's really the only thing that we can do. And they begging for us to save them all the time. They want to be saved out of that stuff, because what it does is it begins to wear on them and weigh on them. So, I hope that y'all were listening. Make sure that y'all hit that thumbs up button. They just won't let my people go, will they? They just let my people go. Let them go. They don't want to let go. And you know what? It's not that they think that black men are going to go and harm them or do some harm to them. They just don't want to see you happy. They see you happy and they want to mess it up for you. And then you as a man, you got to go, no, wait a minute. I'm just going to get rid of, you got to trade them all in. You got to get rid of all of them. You do. because you are nothing but a prisoner to them. And a lot of y'all black men will make black women feel trapped. And I hate that feeling. I hate when I got that feeling to where I'm just like, I want to leave. I want to go. I want to get the hell out of the US. I want to go and live on my own island and just be away from all this stuff. And you know what? I think it was a group of black women that tried to do that and they infiltrated it. They got mad. Why? Maybe we want to lower our blood pressure for a week or so. Maybe we want to get away from it, man. So, you know, and all of them sit around and they play dumb. And I'm going to tell y'all another thing. Don't be trusting in these Christian witches either, because they are against you. Please believe that. And that's why I was telling this man, I said we shouldn't tell people publicly that we together. But we want to. He wants people to know that he's in love with me. But every time we do, something like this happens. They get to trying to do breakup work, and then all we do is come right back together. That's exactly what ends up happening. He comes right on back. And it's not spell work that I'm doing. It's just the reality of it. So we got to do better. And the war is on. It's on and popping. They wanted war. They can get it. They can get it. Because they don't have the right to try to take away our fertility. They don't have the right to try to take away our balance in life. They don't have the right to try to take away love from us. And that is what they consistently try to do. Okay. Vanessa said, I put my hazel eyes on them. Girl, let me tell you, it is really a trip. It really is. And I knew it was coming. Like me and him, we had been seeing each other for weeks and weeks on end, and we were doing good with each other. But as soon as we came out, as soon as we did that, they're so predictable. Old girl ended up in his chat room trying to get in his ear. They do the same thing every time. And it's like, aren't you seeing the pattern? Do you not see the pattern? I don't think he sees it. I don't think any of these black men see it because they blind. So now we'll go through this. And you know, and that's exactly what you're going through, Katavia, with your husband. When they get to acting a fool with you, and then, you know, they know what they done did. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, why did you do it? Did you ever stop to think about why you did it? Did you ever stop to think about what was going on that made you do that? Even though in the back of your mind, the love that you feel for me is there, but you put it to the side temporarily for what? Because you were afraid of the threats. What did they do? Threaten me? What they do? Threaten you? Well, you can look that up in a reading, Katavia, because, you know, a lot of, I'm going to tell you something. That's a part of the mind control. They always make us think that we're cheating on each other. And that's where the paranoia comes from. That's where the paranoia comes from. Is that we always think that we doing each other dirty. And then that's when the fireworks happen. I could hear gunshots around here too. A couple of people probably got shot close by. You know, and then also they're trying to meet their quota. So the first people that get afflicted by it is us. And how many times do I have to tell you that there are several frequencies that you can listen to when you feel like you going under that mind control? And it was so powerful and it wasn't coming from this one witch that can't even lose 5 pounds. This was coming from something much bigger and very alien-like and very demonic, because we talked about it. And I actually told him, I said, the next time we feel that way, we need to call each other and talk about it. That is what I told him. And it was so powerful that we could not It was like he did it, and as a woman, as a black woman, I'm gonna follow suit because he's the leader. He's supposed to be the man. You see what I'm saying? So it's got to be talked about, and I'm gonna talk about it over here. I'm gonna talk about it on my channel because that is what is happening. And it's not one little witch with a little coven. No, it's not. It's something bigger than that. I can tell y'all exactly what it is right now, spirits. What is it? I believe that it's frequencies that they're using. They're using frequencies on black men, and they're using frequencies on black women. Okay, and please believe that it's affecting white people too. So they right along up in here with us. Okay, but the ones like, oh girl, she's definitely telling you what side she's on. She wants to kill you. She wants to kill you. That's why they keep messing with people's love and their hearts and stuff. They keep doing breakups on black couples because they messing with their heart chakra and stuff. Then why do you think so many black people have heart problems? It's because they're doing it. Who is it, spirits, and what is it? I'm going to throw the cards right now on it. Seven of Swords, what I tell you, frequencies. Seven of Swords. King of Wands. The Ten of Coins. The Queen of Coins. And the Strength card. That's called mind control. There's this King of Wands represents the male energy behind it. And they definitely are in a network. And you're not a part of that network. You'll never be a part of that network. Do you understand me? Ever. Ever, ever, ever. You got the delusion of inclusion, baby, but you don't. And you know what? As a black woman, how many times do we have to continue to say, okay, I'll take you back. I forgive you. How many times do we have to forgive you for the same mistake? Queen of Coins is the feminine energy, and then the Strength card. The Queen of Coins is telling me, what I can see from the Queen of Coins is what she's telling me is that it is a device that they're using. It's a device that they're using. And they're also using witchcraft. They do fire rituals and stuff. They use fire. They do witchcraft. So they're using the elements, all of them. Okay? And you got to be smarter than that. And then also a lot of y'all need to start salting your windows. And see, I had forgot to salt my son's window. I'm going to go up there and salt my son's window. I'm going to go upstairs and salt all of the windows. Y'all need to salt y'all windows. These people are doing this to you. Do you understand me? They are sending out frequencies, and they're able to implant thoughts and paranoia in your mind. You have been told about this. This information is available for free. This information is not, you can use sea salt, kosher salt. Yeah. Salt those windows. You can even use table salt. You can use ordinary Morton salt. That's why why do y'all think that on the Morton salt, it says when it rains, it pours? Because it's been raining and they've been pushing that energy off on us. And they are using a mind control device. They hitting you with all kind of frequencies on a daily basis. And I've been saying that to y'all. You're welcome, John. So make sure that everybody salt y'all windows. Today was an extremely bad day. Tomorrow is going to be better. Tomorrow's going to be better. They not just putting thoughts in your mind. They using something way bigger and different on black men because they're taking energy. They're harnessing energy. And this is a lot bigger than what y'all think, because what they'll do is they'll continue to rape this planet. They'll continue to rape the inhabitants and the aboriginals of this planet, and they'll move on to another one. So this is our home, and we have to protect it. This is our home. Okay? Planet Earth is just like your house. As a man, you got to protect it. Okay? And I'm going to go. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Love and light. Okay?